Whitney's with us in Las Vegas. Hi, Whitney. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Thank you for taking my call. So I just had a question. So I'm debt-free besides my mortgage. I actually just bought a house. I match my company's 401k, and I just started contributing to our IRA.
Good.
So I was wondering if you were familiar with or you know of the app Acorns. I've been also putting money into that, and I was just wondering your views on that, if you've heard anything about it, if you would suggest doing that or no.
The premise is that it's small amounts that go in, correct?
Yeah, so it can round up, connected to your bank account, but I also put in money. A couple hundred, or if I have extra, I try to put it in. But is it, something that would be good on? I feel like it is just like an S&P, right? It just follows the main market.
But you're not putting enough money in there that it matters. I mean, I've got a coffee cup, an old coffee cup that sits on my dresser, and I put the change out of my pocket in it. Mm-hmm. But it's not going to make me rich.
Right. But it's something, it kind of grows.
No, it doesn't. It's not going to make me rich. It's just it's a coffee cup full of change. What makes me rich is what you're doing on the other stuff. When you're putting thousands of dollars in your 401k, in your Roth IRAs, not nickel and dime roundups.
Right. Okay. So it's almost just kind of just like
it's
another
a joke.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Because it's a small amount, and if you put in a small amount, even if it did really well, it's going to end up being a small amount. The only danger with it is it makes you feel like you're actually doing something.
Right.
And that's laughable.
So would you suggest getting with the Smart Investor Pro and then starting the mutual funds that you say?
Yeah, if you want to put more into investments, you need to do real investing and put a substantial amount in.
What would you say is a substantial amount?
You're putting 15% of your income away, and you're in baby step 4, right?
Yes.
So you would not put more away now, other than kids' college, unless you have if you have a mortgage to pay off. Do you have a mortgage to pay off?
I have a mortgage, yes.
Okay, then you need to be putting all extra nickels and dimes towards the mortgage above 15% of your income towards retirement.
Okay.
So let me tell you, and this is not just Dave Ramsey, so let's back up. Okay, there's a reason that I'm telling you that, and if you understand the reason, maybe it'll be helpful, okay? We did the largest study, you probably heard me talk about it 1,000 times, ever done on millionaires in North America. Over 10,000 millionaires were surveyed. The typical plan that came out of that was the vast majority of them, they had 2 major components of becoming millionaires. They were investing steadily a large chunk of their income, like 15% as an example, into their 401ks and Roth IRAs. The second thing they did was they had a paid-for house. Those 2 items added together made up over a net worth of over $1 million. For the vast majority, over 80% of them followed that plan. And out of 10,000 of them that we interviewed, the number that said that they became millionaires because they saved nickels and dimes with Acorn was precisely 0.
Right. Okay. But did you say once that investing in your 401k, you should only go up to what they match? And then, do an IRA? Yeah,
you should do match first, Roth second, traditional third. Does your 401k have a Roth option?
Yes.
Okay, then you would do your 401k with Roth, take the match. Does your 401k have good mutual funds in it to select from?
That I don't know. I would have to look.
Okay. If they're good mutual funds, you can max the whole thing out. And if that doesn't get you to 15%, then you can reach over into a Roth IRA in addition to get you up to 15% of your income. But the best thing you can get is a match. The next best thing you can get is tax-free growth, which is Roth. The next best thing is tax-deferred growth.
Okay.
So match beats Roth beats traditional.
Rock, paper, scissors, right?
Exactly. That's the deal. So, take that match for sure. And then look at the mutual funds. If they're decent mutual funds, just load that 401k up. What is your income?
I'm in sales, so it varies, but 90 to 110.
Okay, you could be done with your 15% then in a 401k.
Okay, yeah.
You don't have to reach. You won't have to reach over to the Roth if your 401k has good options, because you can put 15,000 401k allows up to 19,000 some change this year, so you're fine. Yeah, you can do it all right there. And I imagine you've got decent options in that 401k. Most of them do now. There's a few of them we run into are lousy mutual funds, but most people do a pretty good job of putting a decent selection in there. The 4 types we talk about: growth and income, aggressive growth. But you don't really need a side investment fund. You need to be throwing those side dollars at the mortgage. That's my point.
It's a distraction, Dave. It's good marketing. They've made people think, oh, this is really wise, and there's just not the ROI in it. It becomes a distraction.
Well, yeah, it's, if you plant a few kernels of corn, you're going to get not much corn.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you plant a few acorns, bada-bum, you're going to get a couple of trees.
Yeah.
But if you want a whole forest, boys and girls, okay.
You want the tree farm, you better plant a lot of them. Big money in tree farms, Dave.
Yeah, so I hear. Oh, I got a friend of mine that's mega wealthy. He bought tree farms years ago, told me I was an idiot for not doing it, and he is looking like a genius. He's growing gold bars out there right now. Dadgum lumber.
It's not just a metaphor. It turns out there's actually real money.
They're gold bars with branches. I mean, they're just unbelievable. Lumber prices are through the freak.
My goodness.
His guys
Isn't that the truth?
He was already a billionaire, and he is twice over now just because of those stupid trees. It's unbelievable. I'm so mad at him.